I always thought I knew her. Thought we were inseparable, like sisters who shared every secret, every dream, every heartbreak. But I was wrong. Dead wrong. Because the woman I trusted more than anyone in this world, she was the one who destroyed me. It started with a feeling, a small nagging doubt that I pushed aside, telling myself I was imagining things. Until the day I found the proof. The cold, hard truth hidden in plain sight, something she never wanted me to see. I thought my best friend was loyal. I thought she loved me like I loved her. But when I caught her laughing with him right in front of me, I realized everything I believed was a lie. She chose him over me. The worst part? I didn't even fight back. I didn't scream, cry, or beg her to stay. I just watched, numb, as she walked away with the man I loved, taking everything with her: our memories, our friendship, my trust. But what she didn't know was that I had a secret of my own. A secret she never saw coming. The house, the place we both thought was hers, now belonged to me. A house she didn't even know I owned. I wasn't going to beg for her attention or loyalty anymore. I wasn't going to let her win by breaking me. I was going to take back what was mine, quietly, carefully, and with a burning fire inside me that she couldn't extinguish. Because sometimes, the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. And sometimes, the best revenge is the one they never see coming. My name is Aisha, and for the longest time, I believed I had everything anyone could ever want: a close-knit circle of friends, a steady job I loved, and the kind of friendship that felt like family. At the heart of it all was Zara. She wasn't just my best friend. She was my sister by choice. We met in college, sitting side by side during late-night study sessions, and sharing dreams of the future as if we'd conquer the world together. Zara and I were inseparable. We celebrated every milestone: graduations, promotions, even heartbreaks, always there to catch each other when one of us stumbled. Our lives were so intertwined that people often joked we finished each other's sentences. We trusted each other without question. But life, as it tends to do, started to change. A man named Samir entered our lives. He was charming, with a smile that lit up every room. I remember the first time Zara mentioned him, her eyes sparkling with excitement, the way her voice softened when she spoke his name. At first, I was happy for her. Anyone who could make her laugh the way Samir did was worth knowing. For a while, everything seemed perfect. Samir was kind to me, too always polite, thoughtful, like he belonged in our little world. I thought, maybe, finally, Zara had found someone who deserved her. But slowly, cracks began to appear in the perfect picture. The late-night texts, the secretive smiles, the subtle distance growing between Zara and me. I brushed it off, telling myself I was being paranoid. I wanted to believe that our friendship was stronger than anything, that no man could come between us. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. I started noticing the way Zara's laughter changed when Samir was around, how her eyes wouldn't meet mine anymore, and how our conversations grew shorter, colder, distant. It wasn't just about Samir anymore, it was about me. And the unspoken question hanging heavy in the air was I still important to her? The hardest part was watching them, the two people I cared about most, grow closer while I was left behind. It felt like standing outside a window, watching a life I once belonged to slip away. And I didn't know how to stop it. But I promised myself, no matter what happened, I wouldn't lose myself in the process. It was an ordinary Thursday evening when everything started to unravel. I remember because Zara had invited me over for dinner, just the two of us, like old times. I wanted to believe it was a sign that things could still be normal, that maybe we could fix what was broken. But the moment I stepped into her apartment, something felt off. The air was thick with tension, and there was a quiet I wasn't used to. She greeted me with a smile, but it didn't reach her eyes. Samir was there. Tui was leaning casually against the kitchen counter, a glass of wine in hand, but his eyes flickered with something I couldn't place. As we sat down to eat, I tried to push away the gnawing feeling in my gut. Then my phone buzzed a message from an unknown number. I glanced at it quickly, but before I could check, Zara's phone lit up too. I saw it just for a seconde name flashing on the screen. R. My heart skipped. I wanted to ask her who it was, but the words caught in my throat. Later that night, after I left their apartment, I couldn't stop thinking about that name. R. Who was he? And why did it feel like the answer would shatter everything I thought I knew? The next day, I decided to check Zara's social media. Maybe I was overthinking it. But then I saw the picture Zara and Samir, smiling on a weekend getaway, looking like the perfect couple. But there was something else, a comment on one of the photos, from someone named Raza. Flirty. Too flirty. I stared at the screen, the knot in my stomach tightening. Could Samir be hiding something? Or, worse, was Zara hiding something from me? That evening, curiosity got the better of me. I followed Zara after work, keeping my distance as she walked to a cafe across town. From the shadows, I watched her meet with a man, someone I'd never seen before. They talked closely, laughing softly, touching hands. It was more than a casual friendship. I felt like I was drowning in confusion and betrayal. But the worst part wasn't what I saw, was the silence, the lies I could no longer ignore. Was my best friend really mine anymore? Or had she already chosen a different life, one I didn't belong in? I couldn't get the image out of my head, the way Zara smiled at that stranger, the way their hands brushed like it meant something more. Was I imagining things? Was my mind twisting innocent moments into betrayal? I paced my apartment, phone in hand, staring at Zara's last message. Let's catch up soon. Miss you. The words felt hollow now, like a mask hiding the truth beneath. Maybe I'm overreacting, I whispered to myself, though my heart screamed otherwise. But how do you confront someone when the lines between truth and doubt blur so easily? The next day, I found myself standing outside Zara's office, heart pounding. Part of me wanted to walk away, to pretend I never saw anything. But another part, one I barely recognized, wanted answers. Needed them. When she finally stepped out, I forced a smile, careful to hide the storm inside. Hey, I said softly. Zara's eyes flickered with surprise. Hey, Aisha, everything okay? Yeah, I lied. Justa wanted to talk. We found a quiet cafe, but the words felt stuck in my throat. Zara, I finally said, voice trembling, I saw you yesterday, with that guy. Her face tightened, a flicker of guilt, or maybe fear. It's not what you think. Then what is it? I asked, eyes searching hers. Because it looks like you've been hiding a lot lately, and I don't know who you are anymore. She sighed, looking away. I didn't mean to hurt you. It's complicated. Complicated? I repeated, bitterly. We were supposed to be honest with each other. I know, she whispered. But sometimes people change. Sometimes feelings change. I clenched my fists, pain mixing with anger. And what about me? Did I mean nothing? Was our friendship just a chapter you closed without telling me? She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. I'm sorry, Aisha. I never wanted to lose you. But her apology felt empty. How do you forgive when trust breaks like glass? That night, I lay awake, replaying every moment, every smile, every lie I might have missed. Was I just the fool holding on to memories? Was this the end of everything we had? I didn't know what hurt Maretha betrayal, or the silence that followed. I thought I had seen the worst. That the cracks in my friendship with Zara were as deep as they could get. But life had a cruel way of proving me wrong. The very next day, I made a decision that still haunts me, one fueled by desperation and a need for the truth. I followed Samir. I told myself it was for closure, for answers I couldn't get by asking. I didn't know what I was about to uncover would tear apart everything I believed about them and about myself. I trailed him through the bustling city streets, keeping a safe distance. He seemed unaware, walking confidently as if he owned the world. But then, he stopped at a small, nondescript cafe tucked between shops. A place I'd never seen him enter before. I slipped inside, hiding behind a pillar, my heart pounding so loud I thought they'd hear it. And there she was. Not Zara. A woman I had never met, sitting close to Samir, their heads bent together like they shared a secret only they knew. They laughed softly, their hands touching under the table. My mind reeled. How long had this been going on? How many times had I been lied to? But then something even worse happened. As I turned to leave, hoping to escape with what little dignity I had left, I saw Zara. She wasn't alone either. She was there, across the street, watching the cafe, eyes fixed on Samir and the woman. But that wasn't all. She was holding hands with Raza, the man from the texts, her face a mask of pain and anger. I blinked, trying to piece it all together. Zara was watching her boyfriend with another woman, while holding hands with someone else. A web of lies, secrets, and betrayals that I never could have imagined. In that moment, I realized I was the only one who had been truly honest all along. I had been the one left in the dark. My world shattered again. But this time, I knew there was no going back. I couldn't keep it inside any longer. The tangled mess of lies, secrets, and heartbreak had built up like a storm ready to explode. I needed answers. I needed the truth, no matter how much it would hurt. I found Zara at our favorite park, the place where we had spent countless afternoons dreaming about forever. But today, the air was heavy thick with everything unsaid. "Zara," I said, voice shaking but steady. "We need to talk." She looked up, eyes wide and guarded. "I saw everything," I said, barely able to keep the rage and pain out of my voice. "Samir with that woman, you holding hands with Raza, and you watching them both, like you were waiting for something." Her face crumpled, guilt and fear flooding her features. "Aisha, please," she whispered. "It's not what you think. Then explain it," I demanded, tears burning my eyes. "Explain the lies, the secrets, the betrayal." She took a shaky breath, looking me straight in the eye for the first time in weeks. "I never meant to hurt you," she said, voice breaking. "Samir, he wasn't just my boyfriend. He was yours too. You didn't know because I didn't want to lose you." My mind spun. "What are you saying?" "I was trying to protect both of you," she admitted. "I loved you both in different ways. But when I realized I couldn't have both, I made choices. I thought if I kept the truth hidden, we could all stay together. I felt like the ground had dropped beneath me. Loved us both? How? Why didn't she trust me enough to be honest? And Raza? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. He was my escape, she confessed. When everything got too much, when the guilt was unbearable. I shook my head, heartbreak crashing over me in waves. You destroyed everything, I said, voice cold. Not just your love, but our friendship, my trust. She reached out, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry, Aisha. I never wanted to lose you, but I lost myself somewhere along the way. For a moment, all I could feel was emptiness, a hollow ache where our friendship used to live. Then, I took a step back. I don't know if I can forgive you, I said quietly, but I'm done pretending things will be the same. And with that, I turned away, leaving behind the friendship, the lies, and the love that once defined us. Walking away from Zara that day felt like leaving a part of myself behind, one I wasn't sure I would ever get back. The park where we once dreamed of forever was now a graveyard of memories I wished I could bury. But in that moment of heartbreak, something inside me shifted. I realized that holding on to the pain, the betrayal, and the shattered trust would only keep me chained to a past that no longer existed. I didn't want to be her victim. I didn't want to be defined by her mistakes or the lies that had torn us apart. So, I made a choice. Not for revenge, not for bitterness, but for myself. I took back control of my life, starting with the house. The one Zara thought was hers, but was mine all along. Quietly, I changed the locks, filled the rooms with my own memories, my own dreams. It wasn't about punishment. It was about reclaiming what was rightfully Manetha peace, the space to heal. I focused on my work, poured my energy into new friendships that didn't come with strings attached, and rediscovered parts of me I had forgotten. The nights were still hard. Sometimes, I'd catch myself wondering if Zara felt the weight of what she lost, if Samir ever regretted the secrets and lies. But those thoughts didn't control me anymore. One evening, as I stood by the window of my new apartment, I received a message. Not from Zara or Samir, but from an unknown number. Just 3 words: we need to talk. My heart skipped, not from fear, but from a strange mix of curiosity and caution. Some wounds take time to heal. Some stories don't end neatly. But I was ready to face whatever came next, stronger than before. Because sometimes the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. And sometimes the only way forward is to walk away and never look back.